Welcome to Ritualize Your Life Challenge Day 35. I'm Sharada Devi, your host, your friend, your guide. Here we are again, another day dedicated to another step of initiation. And let's chant to Ganesha, the remover of obstacles, and to Saraswati, to the goddess of knowledge, for another auspicious moment together. And let everyone arrive, and welcoming you who is here live and those that will watch the recording. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Aim Hrim Om Saraswatyai Namaha. Aim Hrim Om Saraswatyai Namaha. Aim Hrim Om Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, beautiful. So, today is also a special day in the numerology 88. Many people are speaking about today how this is a very auspicious day to manifest. I am not so familiar with numerology. I'm more familiar with the Vedic tradition and all these celebratory days, yet I've been receiving from all different parts that today this Lion's Portal is a very auspicious day, and of course every day is very auspicious. And today in our Ritualize Your Life Challenge, where we've been together for the last 35 days, and we have one more day to go. Tomorrow is the last day, the last step, and then I'll have some little surprises for you. So let's dive into today's initiation. Today is dedicated to the blessings. So, all the blessings. We are so blessed, and after having had a full day, recollecting everything we have done, we've been waking up, honoring the day that we've been given, honoring the breath that we are given, the ability to get out of the bed, the ability to take a shower, the ability to make food and dress and ornament, the ability to get out of the house and do our sacred duties. We've looked at so many aspects of life. Yesterday was about seeing that all that remains, all that we did or didn't do, that we let go of all the regrets, basically. And we offer symbolically, either literally or in our heart, the bewildered flowers from the altar. And so now is a moment to, again, come to your altar, or if you have not established an altar at your home, to have a moment of acknowledgement that we are very deeply blessed, basically. So it's a moment of honoring the day as it has been. So it's similar to yesterday, but yesterday was more about letting go, like letting the day go, letting go of regrets, cleaning the altar. And for those that have an altar, in one of the initiations, let me see which day that was, I talked about the importance of establishing an altar, why we establish an altar. That was day number 18. So if you want to know why we establish an altar, go back to my lives. Day 18, I speak about the importance of establishing an altar. And then we also light a candle to call in Saraswati, or the goddess of knowledge or truth, clarity into our life, so that we can make clear, informed, prayerful and deliberate choices, decisions. And we also set the intention for the day. So that was all day number 18 in our Ritualize Your Life Challenge. And so then we've gone through the whole day, and then today, now we're basically like ending the day. And so, of course, you would take food, you would prepare your dinner, etc., and all of that. You then say the mantras that we've learned when it was about making food, basically. So when was the day, which day was it of food? That was day number 23. If you want to learn the mantra for food, you can go back to the day 23. It's all in my feed. And so, like many of the rituals that we've done in the morning, like making food, taking the shower, you would then do those same rituals in the evening before going to bed, for example. So it's the same mantra. And here now, this 35 is dedicated like to coming to your altar for a moment where your altar is clean and acknowledge the day, like a moment of, okay, this was my day, I did the best I could, this was given to me, and recognizing the profound blessing. So here, so dedicated to the blessings. So a wonderful way how to express this in English, or you can translate it into your mother tongue, is I am blessed. Again and again I see and express how blessed I am. And so, of course, like some of us maybe be thinking, well, I do not feel blessed, and this feels unreal, or it feels fake. And I hear you, I feel you. That's why it's important to do the previous steps. Like I'm kind of coming now to step 35, and we have had all this previous day where I talked about the vision of the Veda, basically, the teachings of the Veda. And when we have the background and the context and seeing life for what it is, it's much easier to come to a heart of gratitude and feeling blessed. So I've been unfolding these last few days to quite an extent, the teachings of the Veda, which has been with me for the last 20 years. I've been studying the Vedic teachings and lived in a Vedic culture, which is India and Bali, for the last many, many years, and unfolded how the Veda sees life and how the Veda sees the human being and how the Veda sees God or the goddess. And so just for you, if you are joining me here for the first time or seeing this for the first time, so basically the vision of the Veda is what we call the vision of wholeness. And so what does that mean? It means that wholeness is our essential nature. It sees every being, which we call a jiva, every individual that has taken itself to be different from the world, or including God, goddess, in reality is a whole and complete being. It's also called Purna Vidya. Vidya means knowledge. Purna or Purnam means fullness, completeness. And so the vision is one of wholeness. It sees all beings as a whole and complete being. So this is one side. And then the other side is that it also sees all beings as one. So it's the vision of oneness. We call it Aikyam. The Aikyam, the oneness between the individual, the jiva, and the Jagat, the total, which is the world, and Ishvara. Ishvara is a word for God. And so the Veda reveals that the jiva, the individual, the total, the world, and God in reality is one being. That's a profound vision, isn't it? Yeah. And so what is the result of that vision of wholeness? What is the result of that understanding of oneness? We call it moksha. We call it freedom. Moksha comes from the root much, means to free. Moksha is freedom. And so one that seeks freedom is called mumukshu, one that desires freedom. Freedom from what? Like freedom from the sense that I am not whole. Freedom from the sense that I am incomplete, which we as human beings, as individuals, we have taken ourselves to be incomplete. We have taken ourselves to be different from the whole world. Hello everyone, so nice to see you all popping in. Many friends and many new people. So we have not seen ourselves as whole beings. Like every individual, every human makes a judgment, has made a judgment upon themselves. We have concluded that we are limited in time, in space. We have concluded that we are insecure being, haven't we? Like all beings go after security, Artha. So it means we have concluded we are insecure. We are all going after happiness, which means we've concluded that we are unhappy. We are all constantly seeking to become better. It means we have concluded that we are not good enough. And so the Veda questions these conclusions. The Veda helps us to question these fundamental judgments that I have made upon myself. When I say I mean you. When I say you, I mean me. Because according to Veda, there is no difference between you and I. And so the Veda really deals with the fundamental problem of life, which is the incapacity of self-acceptance, in other words. And so through the discovery of the truth, which is that you are a whole and a complete being, that Purna Vidya, that wholeness, through the discovery that you are me and I am you, that in reality there is no difference between us, there is moksha, there is freedom. And so that moksha, that freedom, in reality is what all beings seek. Like when we seek security, what do we really seek? We seek freedom from the sense of insecurity. When we seek happiness, what do I really seek? I seek freedom from the sense of being unhappy. When I seek improvements, what do I really want? I seek freedom from the sense of being not good enough the way I am. Freedom from the sense that I lack. So when we inquire, when we take the moment to inquire, what do I really want with every single desire? What is the mother desire? Mother desire means the desire of all desires. Desires. Like the mother desire is that in reality I want to be free from desire. When I want something, when I desire something, whatever it is, and the moment I get what I want, what happens in that moment? I say I'm happy, right? Because I got what I want, taking into consideration that you got what you want. If it was not what you wanted, then you would not consider yourself to be happy. Unless we have understanding that my happiness doesn't depend on the outcome of that desire. But in most cases, let's now assume that I got what I want. In that moment, I say I'm happy. But what really happened? Like when we inquire in that moment, when I fulfill the desire, in that moment, I am free from desire. In that moment, there is no desire. So, and that is what we call the mother desire. The desire of all desires, in reality, is the desire to be free from desire. And so that is an inquiry that the Veda, the heart or the teachings of the yoga, mantra, tantra, the whole Vedic tradition is here to help us discover this fundamental problem, right? This problem that I'm seeking to complete myself through all these different desires. But in reality, no matter what I desire, no matter what I complete, or no matter what I accomplish, it can never, ever fulfill this mother desire. It is impossible. That's a big one. Like it's like it blows our minds. Because we have to understand, when I desire something, whatever it is, because what I desire changes, that I desire, it doesn't change. I keep on desiring. Just what I desire changes all the time. And so then I'm adding something to myself, or I'm subtracting something to myself. And so that can never lead me to freedom. Because it means I already have concluded that I am not free. or I need this in order to be free. I need to get rid of this in order to be free. And so that would mean that your freedom has something to do with a desire, with the accomplishment of a desire. And that would mean we would be doomed forever. If your freedom has really something to do with a desire, with an accomplishment of a desire, with something outside of yourself, or myself, or anyone. So, according to Veda, freedom is not something that we accomplish. Freedom is also not something that we become. And freedom is also not something that we discover outside of ourselves. Freedom, according to Veda, is an already accomplished fact. We call it praptasya praptihi. Praptasya praptihi, accomplishing the already accomplished. So moksha, freedom, is your nature, is what you are. You are free. That is what you are. You were free, you are free, you will always be free. You will never become free. Because if you would become free, it means that you were not free before, which means you were limited. Now you become free. So if you become free, you will also unbecome free again. So freedom, according to Veda, is what you are. It's your very being. And in that discovery, what is there left? There's left, I am so blessed. Like, again and again, I see and express how blessed I am. In reality, I am the very blessing in itself. I'm not even blessed. I'm from the standpoint of the jiva, the person, yes, I feel very blessed. But from the standpoint of yourself, you are the very blessing of this whole universe. You are the very blessing of this whole universe. And so, it all is here, every step of life. It is really basically here to help us come back home to ourselves, to who we are, to what we are. Everything we seek in the world is limited. Everything that we go after is limited. Everything that we go after is limited. And everything that I seek in reality is myself. That's a big assimilation. And so, like we've been ritualizing our life by ritualizing our day. And so we woke up and we did all these things and we went out into the world and we go and accomplish and we go and become and we go and contribute. And we're here to become a contributor. And then we come back home. We go out, but we always come back home. We wake up, we go out, and we come back home. We will go back to unmanifest condition. That's what we do every single day. And so every single day we go out and we seek and we desire and we accomplish our desires, or we try to accomplish our desires. We fulfill our desires. And some desires are exactly what I want. Like, I get what I want. Some desires, I get the opposite. I get not what I want. And sometimes I get more than what I want. And sometimes I don't get at all what I want. I get exactly what I want. I get more. I get less. I get the opposite. That's within the range. And so I'm out there in the world, like going after my desires. But when I go after my desire, what am I actually going after? I'm going after Ananda. And Ananda means fullness. Ananda means wholeness. In every desire, I seek Ananda. I seek fullness. I seek wholeness. I seek this moment where I do not desire anything. Where I am like myself. So every time I accomplish a desire, in that moment where I don't desire anything, you are actually yourself. You actually have an experience in that moment of yourself, because the mind has no desires, and then in that moment the mind is reflecting the fullness of your nature, the blessing of your own existence. But now the problem is that I don't realize that what I experience in that moment is my very nature, because I have projected it onto the fulfillment of this desire, onto the person that is now mine, or onto the dress that is now mine, onto the coffee or the chocolate cake, whatever it is, whatever the object or situation or person is or place, I've projected it onto it. In that moment I have it, basically the duality between you and that has dissolved. You have become one. And in that oneness you have a temporary experience of moksha. You have a temporary experience of freedom. You have a temporary experience of yourself. But the problem is it's temporary. It goes again. And then it comes. And then it goes. And then it comes. And then it goes. And so now maybe some of us, we're listening to this for the first time. If you do, pay very close attention. When we do this inquiry of understanding our desires, it is never to judge or to disencourage you from fulfilling your desires. So that there has been a big confusion in the yoga tradition for some time, because we have done this inquiry and then people interpreted it as, okay, now I'm just not going to desire anymore, and the desires are my problem. This is not what I'm saying. It is not my intended meaning. The desire is not your problem. That's very important. We actually look upon desires as the goddess of Lakshmi. We look at actually that we can desire as a privilege, and our desires are given. We are meant to fulfill our desires. They are great desires. They are dharmic desires. They are desires that are good for you, good for me, good for the whole world. So when we do this inquiry, it's never to disencourage us to go after our desires. Contrary, the Veda is here to help you fulfill your desires. It wants you. The Vedic tradition is all for you. The spiritual heritage of the Vedic tradition is all for you. It wants the best for you. It wants you to be happy. It wants you to be full. It wants you to be thriving. It wants you to be what you are. It's here to help you see what you truly are. It's here to help us reclaim our power as a human being and see that we are magnificent and whole and complete just the way we are. So when we do this inquiry of the desire, it is just to help us understand our projections. And it is here to help us become free from the binding desires, really. So there's a difference between desires and binding desires. So binding desires are the ones that I have to have. I cannot be free, I cannot be happy without the accomplishment of this desire. So then this is a binding desire. And so it's here to help us neutralize this intensity so that I can fulfill my desires. I need not, I can do differently. So that I become the master of my desires and not the desire is the master over me. So that I am not the slave to my desires, which everyone is. We're slaves to our own desires. And not only that, we make a judgment upon ourselves based on the ability to fulfill our desires or not. That's why so many people are afraid to even share their desires, because what if I tell you that I want to have a baby and then I cannot have a baby? Then you will think there's something wrong with me. What if I tell you I want to do this course and then nobody signs up? You will think that I failed. What if I tell you I want to become rich and then I don't become rich, and then you think there's something wrong with me? So, no, we are meant to share our desires with each other. In the Veda, we share our desires with the universe. It's very different. It's interesting. I was thinking about that. When we, in the West, when we have birthday and we have a cake, right? A cake with a candle. First of all, we blow the candle to let the candle go out. And second, we do not tell the desire. It's so funny. In the Vedic tradition, it's exactly the opposite. You light the candle to invoke knowledge and truth, and you share the desire with everyone so that everyone can desire with you and for you. So I found that really interesting. So many things we have changed. Same like with numbers. Number 13, it's a sacred number. Like Friday, look at it. Friday the 13th. We look upon it as a bad luck day. In the Vedic tradition, these are sacred numbers. Sacred day Friday is the day of Devi, of the goddess. So interesting with the birthday and the wish and the candle, isn't it? So when I have birthday, or my people, our community, we always light lots of candle and we share our desires with everyone so that everyone can wish with me and for me and together. Because when we have dharmic desires, we want these desires to be fulfilled because they are good for you, for me, for all of us. Okay? So with this inquiry, this was a very deep inquiry, but simply to see that it's really not the desires the problem. I don't need to fulfill all my desires in order to be happy. I can discover the happiness of my own nature. I can discover the fullness of my own being. You can discover that you are the very source of happiness, the very source of everything you want. And this is what we recognize in this step, in this blessing initiation. I am so blessed. Again and again, I see and express how blessed I am. Because the more you express your blessings, the more you sing your blessings, the more you share your blessings, the more blessings there will be. The more I complain, the more complaint there will be. The more I acknowledge how blessed I am, the more blessings there will be. It's as simple as that. And so your very own being also reveals itself in the acknowledgement of your own blessings. So I hope this all makes sense. And here you can, it's the moment for time for gratitude, time for acknowledging the day, time for maybe going through what has happened today, the things that went the way you wanted it, and see that, okay, wow, blessing that this turned out the way I wanted. Maybe a moment where I acknowledge it did not turn out the way I wanted. What is the lesson here? How can I be grateful that it did not turn out the way I wanted? Maybe it revealed where I have these binding desires, and I can see now that I actually have projected my wholeness onto something other than myself. I can have a moment of blessing, a blessing meditation, where I also bless everything and everyone that has been in my life today. Like seeing that I met so many people and I was able to do so many things, and offering your own blessing, like that you bless all the encounters that have been with you. Then see all that has been given to you in life, like a moment of acknowledging, okay, wow, all of this has been given, and that helps us to come to true gratitude. You can even name your blessings. That's wonderful. You can take flowers from your heart, or go again and get some flowers, or make a little offering in the evening. You can light a candle again, to, like we did in the morning, lighting the candle, and in the night as well, have that moment of cleaning your ears, yes, your ears also, but cleaning your eyes. There's this beautiful yoga practice where we look into the flame and we let the flame clear our eyes, everything that we have seen, everything that we maybe have seen wrongly, everything that we have maybe judged. We clear our eyesight so that I can see clearly. What do I want to see? I want to see through the vision of wholeness. I want to see that I'm blessed. And then you can chant from your heart. You can chant or sing any song that you love or you have learned. This one is a very beautiful prayer that has been shared with me, and I've sang it many, many times. It's very sweet. It's very simple, yet very meaningful. So Dhanyaha means blessings or blessed. Aham means I am. And so when Dhanyaha plus Aham comes together, then we say Dhanyo'ham. And so blessed I am, blessed I am, Dhanyo Dhanyaha. Punaf Punaha. Punaf Punār. Punaf Punaha means again and again. Again and again, I say how blessed I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am blessed. You own it. You claim it. You claim your blessings. Like knowing that what is yours is yours. What is not yours is not yours. So you can go to bed at night knowing that this day, this was given to me. It's mine. And what was not given to me, it was not mine to be. It was not meant for me. And then tomorrow, if I wake up, it's a new day. And I can trust what is mine will be mine. What is meant to fructify will fructify. What is meant to not fructify will not fructify. So you can sing after me if you want. Dhanyo'ham, Dhanyo'ham. Dhanyo'ham, Dhanyo'ham. Dhanyo Dhanyaha. Dhanyo Dhanyaha. Punaf Punār. Punaf Punār. Dhanyaha. Dhanyaha. So that's the bhajan, the beautiful mantra. And I do one more time call and response, and then we can chant together. And you can think of all the things you're grateful for and counting your blessing, and then extend this blessing to all the beings around you. Like you become a shower of blessing, like you are the blessing, and you bless your life, you bless the people around you. And so you can then see all your people and your life around you. And sometimes we fake it till we make it. I know that aspect is there. We even have a teaching in the Veda. It says pratipaksha bhavana. You fake it till you make it. Sometimes you do not feel blessed. Sometimes you do feel not grateful. And that's okay. We give space for that. We express it. We express our anger and our rage. We let it all out. But then there's also the moments I am blessed. I know it. And I do not let the anti-me, like Marcus Aubrey would call it, like the anti-you, the part that is just constantly nagging. I do not let it push me down. I'm claiming my blessings. I know I'm so blessed. And maybe you gotta cry and just like roll around on the ground a little bit, but you claim your truth, knowing that you are that blessing ultimately. You exist, you're alive, and isn't that in itself an incredible blessing? Dhanyo'ham, Dhanyo'ham. Dhanyo'ham, Dhanyo'ham. Dhanyo Dhanyaha. Dhanyo Dhanyaha. Punaf Punār Dhanyaha. Punaf Punār Dhanyaha. Dhanyo'ham, Dhanyo'ham. Dhanyo 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 Dhanyaha. Punaf Punār Dhanyaha. And take a moment to just feel the sweetness of this mantra. Dhanyo'ham, Dhanyo'ham, Dhanyo Dhanyaha, Punaf, Punār, Dhanyaha. Again and again, I express my infinite gratitude. And express how blessed I am, I express my gratitude. Okay, so thank you everyone. This was our initiation number 35, dedicated to the sacred, the goddess, the God, the infinite as blessings, acknowledging your blessing, like counting our blessings. Many of you know this, Christine, you've heard this many times. Ulrika also, very beautiful. And like I love this. Like the teachings are simple yet profound. It's called prasanna gambhiryam, simplicity and depths. It doesn't have to be very complicated. It can be simple yet very profound. So all these initiations, they are simple, but they are profound, and they can change our life. They have changed my life. I pray they will bless you the rest of your life. Keep practicing. Thank you everyone for your love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, Luisa. Very well known. I feel you are here. We're all singing and chanting together. So thank you so much for your presence. And if we wake up tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow for our last day, the 36th day of Ritualize Your Life Challenge. And then I will invite you for a Zoom call where we can all meet together and share our experience of these 36 days. And also, I think I'll come one more time. Also, I will anyway come live again. But I also, if there are questions, then we can have a day of questions, also questions and answers. Okay, thank you everyone. Yes, Luisa, you love this mantra. Love you, Christine. Thank you, Bea. Thank you, Setare. Thank you, everyone. Much love. Mwah. And happy Manifestation Day. Today, very auspicious to manifest all your blessings, all your wishes, desires, 888. We are doing a fire puja here tonight. It's the last night of the yoga teacher training. So you're all with me. You can connect to me, send me your wishes. I will channel them and offer them into the fire. All your desires, our auspicious desires, our dharmic desires. So we can bathe in the fullness of our existence more and more and more, and celebrate life and count our blessings. Bye everyone.